guys, I'm Lana.
Hi, I'm Ashlen.
And this is the Second Breakfast Club, continuing our shorty little birth chart examination videos, which is our Patreon Early Access series. So if you want to see next week's video, which would be Jimin, now, go donate $2 and you get access to our whole vault and everything for the month, including Jimin's video now. So that said, we're not going to say too much about what birth charts are. There's information in the description if you're curious, where you can also find out your birth chart, or maybe even how your birth chart connects with your favorite member's birth chart. But we just thought it'd be fun because we think about who these people are a lot, to see if we can kind of guess what might be in their birth chart, and then go over what we know of in their birth chart and just see if it fits. We can't know their ascendant or their houses because we don't know their birth time, but we know all the planets. So, that said, Hobie, we know he's an Aquarius, which is that airy... I always think of Aquarius as like the thinking air sign. Because for some reason I always think it's a water sign, even though it's an air sign. Because I think of Aquarians kind of like Cancers and Pisces, I thought of being thinky. So...
I don't know. Aquariuses are more like head stuck in the clouds type of people. Like, they're dreamers. They're very artistic, creative, outgoing, energetic, very social, very fly-by-the-night type of people. I've known a lot of Aquariuses, and they definitely suit their airy...
That makes more sense than how I imagine them. Because we are not experts at birth charts. We just have an interest. Because I always thought of it the other way, but I'm an Aquarius moon, and what you just said makes a lot more sense than another water sign in my chart. And it makes sense for Hobie. Creative, outgoing. But I see him as so dedicated that to balance that Aquarius a bit, there's earth signs.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like there's Virgo in there, I bet. Because he's intense. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's Scorpio, too, because he hides a lot about himself while figuring out things about other people. Like, maybe Leo, because he's so good on stage and, like...
I don't really see Leo.
Loves to perform.
I think I could see Cancer in there. Yeah. I could see...
Thinky.
Yeah, like a Libra, maybe. Maybe an Aries somewhere popping up in there. Oh, I could probably see Pisces, too, now that I think about it.
Yeah. Whenever I think of Cancer, I wouldn't... It's one of those where I also think I wouldn't be surprised by a Pisces, you know? Not that they're the same, but just to me they're similar enough. Yeah, so some water signs, some earth signs, particularly Virgo, particularly like Pisces, Cancer. That's kind of our guess. Yeah. So let's dive in. So
see,
right
I was
Moon
gonna
and
say,
Taurus. Well, we said earth signs. Like,
I was gonna specifically drop Taurus because my ascending's a Taurus, and I see a lot of.
You said Pisces, and both Mercury and Venus are Pisces, and Saturn.
Yeah,
like a lot of thinking. So the moon is how you emotionally relate to the world, and your sun sign is your root and your base. So that really makes sense that, like, his root and base is, like, charming and artistic and enthusiastic, but the way he emotionally, like, processes and thinks is more of his, like, trusting his instincts, thinking a lot, being grounded, having a really strong will, big dedication. Like, if he decides he's going to do something, he does it really well, and he'll stick to it. And also, like, appreciates being rooted. Yeah. A little bit stubborn, maybe. Yeah. So that makes sense. Then Mercury is how you think, like your relationship to your intellect, and having Pisces in Mercury means you're a really deep thinker. But also, you know, it points out also open-minded and social in ways that I feel like water signs aren't often super social unless they're balanced out. So that makes sense. Then Pisces and Venus, which means that he's like
cute,
a really thoughtful, sweetie lover. Because Venus is your romance and your love planet. So having Pisces in there means that, like it says, dreamy, soft, charming, sweet, playful, romantic. It would, to me, it would also mean that, like, well, it says untrustworthy is a negative trait, but I think of trustworthy as, like, a Pisces and Venus trait. And also, like, really thinks about the person they're with.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really wants to do right by them and stuff. Aquarius and Mars. So that does make a lot of sense too, that his passion would be really creative, really energetic, really enthusiastic. It says, you know, freedom, probably emotional. Jupiter and Scorpio. There's that Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
And the Scorpio's in Jupiter, which is kind of your job planet. Like your passion, but also like your work. And it makes sense that his work is where he hides a lot of himself. Mm-hmm. So the Scorpio's in the workhouse. Intense. I like that they pull out that he's intense, because that's what I think of when I think of Hobie. Saturn in Pisces. So, yeah, like organized, patient, realistic. I think of Saturn and Pisces as good teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, too. Just because, again, a lot of his traits are saying he really thinks about the people around him and isn't likely to be like brusque or mean or thoughtless.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to really think about everyone and want to like help everyone and at least be patient with everyone,
mm-hmm.
which is great.
I think so too.
And then Uranus, Neptune, Pluto tend to be shifty, tend to be generational traits. Uranus can be shifty, but like, as you've seen, everybody we've done earlier have also been Neptune, Capricorn, Pluto, Scorpio, which says something about the millennials, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But then Uranus and Capricorn, so again, like hardworking, strong, imaginative, instinctive. So a lot of thoughtfulness, a lot of caring, but a lot of like determination and seeing things through and getting work done and almost like stubbornly getting what he wants, but in a really caring, thoughtful way.
Mm-hmm.
Which to me sounds like it could be Hobie.
Yeah. I feel like it suits him very well.
Yeah, and especially a lot of people who watch him a lot see that casual fans probably don't see. You know, like this sounds like Hoseok, which is, I mean, it would, but it's kind of nice to see, like, who he actually is.
Yeah, quote unquote.
Yeah, it's as far as birth charts say.
Yeah.
We could find out. Again, I keep telling Ashlen, like, oh, they're so good, they must eat babies.
Right.
Like, so just, when looking at and studying birth charts, it makes sense, even though in real life, none of this could matter. But to me, I just think it's cool that the way we see him comes out in his birth chart.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, if you have any thoughts or comments, what surprised you, what didn't surprise you, you want to go into more detail and stuff in the comments, like, have a little chat. Let's do it. And again, like we've said in all the other videos, if you want us to go deeper, let us know, and we will. We're trying to make this a really accessible series. It will take a little while to plan because Ashlen will be gone, but maybe we'll live stream. Maybe we'll take a member each. We'll like figure something out and then try to go deeper. But for now, we want you to have little cool bite-sized snippets that also are their charts, so you can talk about them more because we're a community and we should all talk to our friends about it too.
Yeah,
Not just
fun.
Let us tell you. I don't know. So yeah. That's how it is. Again, if you want to see Jimin's now, go to the Patreon. $2 a month gets you everything, and that money all goes toward us being able to meet up more often because Ashlen is 1,000 miles away from me, and it makes me sad, and I want to see her face. And as you've probably seen on the channel, it's not the same. So, help us out there. You can cancel, you can skip months if you have to, but it gets you a lot of cool stuff. And if you can't, we'll see you next week with Jimin's birth chart.
Yes.
So until next time,
Live long and prosper.
also like, comment, and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.